diva, Karen Booker.
Yeah, life is sweet when the sun up, like the trees in the summer. When the seas are troubled, and then we all need someone. My life, I'm up, no be smart I'm up. We all strive, I'm up, to live life in that comfort. So forgive me if I fumble, cause I'm only human. Somebody move that I don't know. Hit them with a 7-box combo. Always looking out my window, paranoid and confused. I'm not sure anymore who is knocking at my door. And so as the day comes, as I go on, protect me, Lord, I cannot trust my neighbors. Be my savior when that day comes. Defend me from my enemies and my neighbor. You can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I stand on it. In a private plane, I land on it. Really good and they call me Bankole. Cause I walk around with a bank on me. Shoot them Gangnam style, put the gang on them. Twist my fingers up and bang on them. Lily who, lily who, lily who. Different type of evil available. And any one of them can do. At any time, anything can happen, no. Any one of us could have been pop smoke. We must go when the most high colors. So I'm paranoid, borderline bipolar. Wear my vest and clean my pipe. I ain't going out, brother.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Dezign diva, Karen Booker.
In a private plane, I land on it. Get the food and they call me Bankole. Cause I walk around with a bank on me.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you. Guess what? It's almost the end of February. And you know, February is the greatest month of it all. You know what I'm saying? It's Black History Month. It's Valentine's. It is my birthday month. Yeah, see, we've been celebrating all month long. You understand what I'm saying? Bob Marley birthday. Dennis Brown birthday. It's all about the greatness. So everybody, welcome on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9. And if you haven't gone over to the Google Play Store yet to download the nationwide 90 FM Live 2 app, you are a bit late. You need to get over there now. And let me just tell you something. When you get over there, what I need you to do is to subscribe. Yes, and then like, follow, and of course, smash that notification button because that's when you will be notified that we are on. Now I have to let me just tell you something. I saw somebody on the YouTube today, and I was so elated. Miss Annie Smith, good afternoon to you. I've missed you. I've missed your banter. I've missed your comments. And I see you. And you have made my day, girl. Thank you so very much for showing up. And of course, everybody else on the chat. David Nabar, you're always the first person. You know what? We need to give you a gift. We need to give you a gift because you're always showing up first. Of course, Marvelous Marvin. And of course, Errol Townsend, yes. And you know, people will filter in. Can't wait to see Charmaine as soon as they are able. So yes, good afternoon to you guys and welcome to the Design Studio with me, your design diva. And you know what my name is, right? Karen Booker. So we're still your go-to for all things interior design, but now we're taking it even further in our fresh lifestyle segments. We're not just transforming your spaces, though, you know. We are transforming your lives. We're bringing on experts and guests from all areas, including fitness, finance, self-care, and of course, the mindset coaches. Yes! And of course, we know what they're going to do, right? They're going to share their insights to help you to design the life you deserve and love. Inside out. So if you're passionate about living beautifully inside and out, yes, you have come to the right place. So yes, if you are here right now, You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you again, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you have not gone over to the YouTube yet, you still have a chance, right? So I want you to get over to the YouTube live, click the link in our chat, and give us a feedback on our show. Because the conversation is very robust over there on a Saturday, and I am here for it. Yes. So, we have a packed show for you today. Let me just tell you something. I have been looking forward to this show all week. And you're going to know why in a minute, because our guests are some big names out there. Yeah, I'm not telling a lie. Big names out there, and they are doing their thing. They're popping, they're on fire. And the guest this week is a powerhouse. So just give me a second. I soon tell you is who. All right. So coming up in the show this week now, we have cleaning and organizing. We'll take a look at steps to arrange your daily routine now into the most productive start that you deserve. Yes, you're the most productive to start your day, right? And we're going to be tossing some of my own steps in there, that I find that works for me. Now we're going to do our home tour after that, and that's going to be a mini luxe makeover. Yeah, tiny little space that we just rejudged, and it came up again. All right, cool. What would Karen do? We're tackling a question that a lot of people are asking right now, but we kind of never usually hit it and get the right answer. So we're going to be tackling that question. And I need you, if you have any questions, especially in the YouTube, because I get to see you real time right there. Send all your design questions to 876-280-6629. Or if you're in the chat, you can definitely just leave it in the chat and we will address it. In interior design, it's going to be the art of decluttering. There's an art to it, right? It's not a matter of just making the space, just cleaning out everything. But when you do so, you have to make it look what? What's the catchword? You got it. Aesthetically pleasing. Yes. In Design Lab, now sponsored by BH Paints, it's small space luxury design DIYs. Yes. DIY is not just for something that it just, it look homemade and as everybody can say, you made it, right? No, these are things that when you finish with it, it's supposed to look store-bought. But then again, you get the instant gratification that, you did it. Now, let me just tell you who's coming this week. I'm telling you, I can't wait to talk to you guys every Saturday. I can't wait. Honestly, to God, every by Monday, I'm like, okay, what we gonna talk about this week? I can't wait for my family on Saturday because let me just tell you, she's an author, she's a mother, she's the former festival queen, she is a CEO, of course, business boss woman, speaking coach, and the list goes on. Can you just guess who this is? No bother. It's all right. Crystal Tomlinson. She is going to be sharing space with me today, and this will definitely be, a discussion to remember. Of course. So, let me tell you something. If you haven't guessed the theme yet today it is all about self-motivation. There's really no better place for you to be. Yeah, on a Saturday between 1 to 3. And then after me, you have Pepita. So let me just tell you something. You say on a Saturday, you book your 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We have it locked. You understand? We're holding it down for you. You understand what I'm saying? So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And after the break, we're just going to learn how to clean and organize up your headspace to be more productive. Soon come back.
Shop at Cameron Industries Limited for all your countertops, cabinets, tiles, and hardware supplies. Telephone 876-963-0628. The time by Cameron Industries Limited, manufacturing state-of-the-art equipment is
1:14 p.m.
Outperform, outlast, with top performance, Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. Free parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
This is a public advisory. On Sunday, February 23, the Mayor's Parlor will be aired from 12:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. We do apologize for any inconvenience caused.
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Hold on. Did you say you're on your way? Why now? When you just went MIA. Message received. Oh, now you want me back. I know the procedure. Trying to come to my place. Turn around, it's too far away, too far gone. Can't handle what I am now. You a fan now, and I'm not.
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Are you down now? 'Cause I'm
You're in the
just
Design
let's
Studio.
play truth or dare.
All right, guys. All right. Are you still there? Okay, all righty. So you know what? I don't know. You know, every Saturday at 1 o'clock, your Saturdays just get a whole lot better when the Design Studio starts, and then outside with Pepita. You understand what I'm saying? So please, I'm begging you, come into the thing and make sure, guys, when you are tuning in and you get that notification bell that we're on, you come on, you leave us some feedback, man. You let us know what's going on in the chat. And of course, the thumbs up, the like, it counts. It counts. So, you know, when you start off your days, how you start your days is really, it sets up your day. You understand? So we've been doing this segment, cleaning and organizing, for a while now. And they were thinking, because we're now, you know, going right into our lifestyle show, we need to clean up our headspace as well. You know? So we're going to learn some best steps, some best practices as to how you start off your day. Now, let me just give you a background. I don't know if you guys listen to Mel Robbins, but I listen to her a lot. As a matter of fact, she has this book now called Let Them. And let me just tell you something. It is part of the change that I need to be as I continue to walk back to myself. It is, you know, part of the, let me tell you something. If somebody acting badly, let them. It is about not giving your power away to anybody so that you become emotionally reactive, right? So she has this thing where small habits spark big changes, right? So I'm going to give you some steps. But of course, you know, after those, I'm giving you some extra Karen steps too. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, mixing my love for designing minds and spaces. You know, I have to come enough from it all, you know, we just need to give you some of that too. All right. So without further delay, let's just get started. You see, when you wake up in the morning, and all of this applied to me too. I don't know if I have any of my friends over there in YouTube or anybody who, you know, listening to me on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, if this applies to you, you know, because, you know, sometimes we just act like we're perfect, but we're not. Here's the thing now. You see, when the alarm clock goes off in the morning at 5:30 and 6 o'clock, do not hit the snooze button. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get up. You understand? You know what I used to do? Because I needed to get up at 5:30, I would set my alarm at 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So that I have an extra half hour in the bed. But it does not work. Let me just tell you something. Your alarm is a promise to yourself. Honor it, now, man. If you've already won, and then you know what will happen, right? You will already win the first challenge of the day. Yes, because you know the day is like a series of challenges, right? All right. So the first thing, you get up. And when that snooze button, as a matter of fact, you know what you can do? Put your alarm or your phone, whatever your alarm clock is, whatever the alarm goes off in, do not put it beside you. Put it across. So you actually do have to get up. All right. The next thing now, you know exactly what I'm going to say because I've been saying this forever and ever and ever. Marigold, you're in the house. I see you. All right. I've been saying this forever. Make your bed. Make your bed. There is even a book that this army person wrote about making your bed in the morning. I cannot tell you, not only does it pay it forward for when you come in and you see this well-made bed, it instantly creates order for your day and an accomplishment in your space. And it sets a positive tone. Make your bed. I'm not even going to say that all Jamaican people, because I can speak for you because I am Jamaican, were taught in the morning to make your bed. So all of this is disorder now, like I'm too busy, and whatever the case is and whatnot. Make your bed. All right. This is one that I absolutely love. Give yourself a high five in the mirror. When you look at the mirror, look at yourself and high five yourself. Yeah, you know what that act does? It rewires your brain for confidence and self-love. Sometimes we go around and we tell everybody how wonderful they're doing and we fill up everybody else's cup and so on. And sometimes we don't have the people in our lives and in our circle to fill up our cups. So this is what you need to do. You need to fill up your own cup. High five yourself. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself, look in the mirror, tell yourself that I am wonderfully and beautifully made. I am fearfully made. I'm a lender. I'm not a borrower. The Lord has blessed me from the sole of my feet to the crown of my head. You understand what I'm saying? All of these things, and it will rewire your brains. Do your affirmations in the morning. I cannot tell you when you declare and decree certain things. And of course, plead the blood of Jesus sometimes because say, yeah, if you not put on that whole armor, yes, you know exactly what I'm saying, right? You need to put on that. All right, cool. The next one is hydrate. Hydrate first. Skip the coffee for 2 hours. It's best when you drink warm water in the morning, right? And give your body really and truly what it needs, and that is water. Hydration. Energy. Warm water with a little bit of lemon. Not only will it start to get your digestive juices going and in order, what it will do is to help you lose some weight too. It's true. I'm not lying to you. It's true. Big, yeah. See, YouTube saying it, that them big enough for that. Yeah, man, drink some water, and you need to drink at least eight ounces of water every day to hydrate. Especially us women who are getting older. I know some of you women over there, you don't think that you're getting older, but us women who are getting older, we really do need to hydrate. All right. Step outside, exercise, open a window. Get some fresh air. Do you know that there's a thing called grounding, where you go outside and you stand barefooted. Yeah. You stand barefooted, you go outside, and you reach up, and then you just feel so very good. But open a window, step onto your balcony. If you have a yard, because a lot of us live in apartment buildings these days. Yeah. Here's what you do. You go outside. All right. And then move your body just for 5 minutes in the day, and you will feel the dopamine in your bones. Yeah, absolutely. Now, for my steps, surround yourself with uplifting visuals. I cannot tell you how wonderful that is when you surround yourself with things that you absolutely love. Use fragrances and scents to set the mood. You know what I'm saying? Light a candle. Burn some incense, let some fresh air in. Scents like citrus and lavender and stuff, they really focus on relaxation. And of course, when you appeal to all of your senses, you will set the day, right? Adjust your lighting, of course. Always go with your daylight lighting whenever it's for ambience and for task. You go with the daylight. Now, if you're setting the mood, and if you want to slowly wake up, you can go with the warm light. But for me, daylight all the time. All right. I see Iron Lady. Oh, hi, Iron Lady. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and make sure Santa hit the like button, please. Yes. Okay. The next thing now is a cozy morning corner. Yeah. Yes. Yes, you're gonna say, wait, you have to do this and you have to do that. No, you ever know, say, in the morning time, you must start reading and journaling and meditating before you go out. It will help you. Yeah, when you're fighting the Philistines out there, it will help you. I'm not lying. I kid you not. When you center yourself, when you read what you need to read, when you high five yourself, when you say these declarations and these affirmations, do you know what that does for you? It sets your day. It gives you what you need in order to achieve what you need to achieve out a door. All right. Add a touch of nature. Yeah, make sure that you see the nature when you get up. You see the plants, you see the greenery. You know what I'm saying? All of these things can brighten up your space. Now, when you go to work, it would be really good if you have a pot, like a succulent, on your desk. You know what I mean? In the morning time, because you know what plants do? Not only do they purify the air, but it gives you a really great organic quality. So therefore, you're not just surrounded with everything that is, tactile, the paper and the devices and all these things. You know what I mean? When you are in a space where you have greenery, you automatically feel good because it's what God loves. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll soon come back. Stay tuned.
So tell me, are you down now? Cause I'm up now. So let's make truth or dare to forget that you used to treat me just like anyone. Truth or dare, is it true you care? Now that you can see the love from everyone. Tell me, now you care. Truth or dare.
Design Lab Home Decor Tips and Design Trends was brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
My Mega best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Megamart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills. Fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy. All in one amazing location. My Megamart, the best value by far.
My Mega best value by far.
It's time for a new look. And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
This is a rebroadcast of the Dezign Studio.
Design Lab Home Decor Tips and Design Trends is brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my earnings.
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
I'm reading these comments on YouTube, and I'm telling you, I am absolutely, let me just tell you something. I am tickled pink right now because I see two of my favorite people from way back when in the chat, and I'm just very, 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 very happy that you're here. So everybody else who, join me every single week, my diehard people, my day one people, you know how I go. Yeah, you know how I go. And everybody at 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9. Thank you so very much for joining us. And let me just tell you something. You have to be living under a rock if you don't know that every Saturday from 1 to 3, your life will get better. It is like the best Saturday ever whenever you join in on the fun. And remember, after me, you have Miss Pepita. So listen up. You know, sometimes you have a very, very small space, right? And you're wondering, what can we do with the small space? Why can't it needs to be chic? It needs to be great, etc. Because, you know, we live in small spaces. So watch as we transform this room into a chic personality packed retreat. Let's dive in with me. Just look at it with me. YouTube, you ready? All right, so if you're driving around 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9, make sure that whenever you stop, you get a hold of the YouTube, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. Click on the Dezign Studio, yes, and then you will get to watch, and then you'll do a thumbs up. You're going to like up the thing. Yes, you are. You're going to leave some feedback with us so that we would know that you are there, all right? Get ready for this. It's really good. It's going to blow you away.
I really need to free my out. I really need y'all now. Oh, yeah. Just set me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now.
Welcome to the home tour. I am, of course, Karen, Design Diva Booker, and this year we are going to be doing some really awesome and cool things, man. Remember last year we went and we toured and we went into all very interesting spaces. This year I'm going to take you on a journey with me. We have come up on a test space. You are going to see what I would call one of the most versatile rooms ever. There's some faults with it. It's tiny, which is great for small spaces. It has some flaws, but then again, what's life without flaws? Come inside, let me show you what's going on. And remember, this is a journey, right? As we tell our story in home tour from week to week. Some weeks we'll be here, other weeks we'll be on the road touring homes. So let's start this year off with a bang. Follow me inside. I'm gonna just, unpack the room for you. And then we're gonna repack with things. Come on. So this is our test space. This room is a perfect square. It's 12 by 12. Let me just explain to you what's going on in this room now. We have two of everything. We have two doors that go to nowhere. We have two windows that show absolutely nothing outside. There's no view. It is tragic. But the upside, we painted gray already. Of course, we put up two little posters because, get a little vibe going. Of course, the vibe master himself, Bob. And of course, my girl over there, Betty Boo, who I can't live without. I mean, she was the first. This room now is going to be living and dining room space. And of course, you can use the dining space as your home office. I'm going to call your attention to these unsightly cords over here. And this is like jailhouse situation happening right here. So we really do have to do something about the cords. So we have to find a solution for this space. The next solution we have to find is to make the doors disappear. They're not going anywhere. We want to make sure that you fool your eye when you walk into the space, when you come into the space, and you think about uninterrupted walls. The way to do that is to make the space so visually appealing that, drum roll, you concentrate on the items that are in the room as opposed to the flaws of the room. Remember, I've always said, start with a neutral and then build up. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Follow me, we have a lot of work to do. All right, yes, this is our completed space. Let me just do a little fix up here and there, and then we're gonna talk about the room. Yeah. Okay, how did we do? Remember, this is our test space. Did we pass the test? small space. It's a 12 by 12 room. We had some issues to address. We had 2 doors that go to nowhere. So what we want to do is trick the eye so that you concentrate on the items in the room as opposed to the doors. Window treatment on the windows. Of course, a beautiful royal blue will, and of course what it does, because of the length of the curtains, it takes your eye all the way up. I have beautiful artwork in here, so as soon as you enter, all you see is the art. It just comes at you, it goes like this, pop, gets you, gashing. Because it's a 12 by 12 space, we did ghost chairs. Why ghost chairs? Because we need the functionality of the chairs, but we don't necessarily want to see any wood, any metal or anything. We just want to go through it. The best way to treat a small space is no visual weight, right? And this has been achieved with our ghost chairs. I know you saw this storage unit or this unit over by the window. It fitted perfectly in this crevice here where we have the door. You understand? And then now, of course, we accessorized it with nice, pretty stuff. Vases, martini glasses, wine glasses, beautiful dining ware, and so on. Remember those unsightly wires? Remember them? We put a bifold door, not a screen. Just a bifold door, a regular closet door, right? To push it up a little bit more, to elevate it more, we put a planter with the bird of paradise. Yes, so all you see right here is a beautiful little vignette. As for our sofa, accent pillows. And accent pillows is a wonderful way to treat with making a space elevate and just look gorgeous, right? We didn't do the bright red on the sofa because I wanted, when you walked into the room, to look at the sofa and then have the pictures and the paintings pop. The paintings, by the way, are from Anthony Mitchell. He is on Malines Road. Every Friday and Saturday I was driving along, passing him. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta stop. Now, Mr. Anthony Miller, I'm sorry. Mr. Anthony Mitchell so graciously allowed me to borrow his paintings. Yes, he did. Don't know me from Adam, but him just say, yes, ma, you can go on and bring them back. And I just went to town. So I'm like, I need 5. And he just gave them to me. Really and truly, you see that one over there? I think that's me. I really do. I want that one. I really think it's me. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to get it. It is beautiful. But that aside, it did everything that I needed it to do. It brightened up the room. It added color. It added dimension. It added layers. All right, speaking about dimension and layers, the last thing that we did, the first thing that we put in the room, or maybe the third, is the rug. And what the rug has done is take every color in the space and just provide the cohesiveness. So that's the glue. It has a job to do, and it's doing its job perfectly. So it's providing texture and it is providing color. But instead of a big garish color, what it's done very expertly now, this is the rug, like it's a human being. It's just taking everything, all the colors, put it into one, and then makes the room come together and come alive. Make sure that you have the reflective surfaces like the mirrored table. And I forgot to tell you. You must have seen, I'm sure you're going to see this. This is a mirror. Here, it is a mirror that you can put on your wall, right? And I'm sure to come, you're going to see us use this mirror on the wall. And beneath it is a storage ottoman. Yeah. But when you're on a budget, you go to these stores and you're like, you just go, when you're shopping, go with an open mind and a budget in your head. And the ideas and the solutions will come. All right? So, good luck on your spaces. Stay tuned. Make sure that you keep watching from week to week to week. Make sure that you watch us on the Sound Off every day at 2 o'clock. Yes, in the afternoon, where me and Triple will go into Design Lab, on the market, and all kinds of, real juicy topics in interior design. Alrighty, so that's it. I'm going to see you next week. Enjoy the space.
boom, 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 boom. I might be falling deep. 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 Tell me now.
Yes, and we are back. We are certainly back. Yes. So you know what I really enjoyed about that that home tour, the very fact that it was tiny, it was a tiny room, so therefore, you know, it's going to stretch our creativity and our innovation. And the next thing is it was done on a budget. It really was. Of course, it's a rerun. It was done, you know, back, I think it was last year. So we needed to bring it back because sometimes we kind of forget about, you know, all these things and them so nice. You have to do it twice, you know, them kind of way there. Yeah, so the pillow, Annie Smith says the throw pillow is another name for accent pillow. Yes, you are. You're absolutely correct. Here we call it throw pillow, we call it accent pillow, we call it cushion. You know what I'm saying? And Annie also says that the throw pillows lend a cozy and luxurious vibe to any space, you know? And it's another way to bring personal design to your living room. And of course, it's a beautiful artwork, you know, by Anthony Mitchell. And we just got them off the roadside. Yeah, man. So Iron Lady says, yeah, she wants to Airbnb that room. I would want to Airbnb that room as well. All right, we'll soon come back. We're going to have to pay some bills. So, you know, stick and stay. But when we come back, we're going to get into what would Karen do? We have a question here that I know that a lot of us are going through. Soon come back.
I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning.
Perform outlast, with top performance, Jackama, reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Pan select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Megamart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy. All in one amazing location. My Megamart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
What Would Karen Do is brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
Make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water, make me sweat, make me harder, make me lose my breath, make me water. Normally, I could keep my cool, but tonight I'm whining. I'ma be in a dangerous mood, can you match my timing?
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
Alrighty, and we have a question from Iron Lady, and she says, I see where the white and dark gray combination external house paint is trending. What to consider when we do that style in Jamaica? Can the dark gray paint make the house too hot? Absolutely not. No, man, you're fine. I would suggest though that you don't go too dark, because let me just tell you something. Somewhere in Hope Pastures, there is a house that is black. I kid you not, like black like my earphones. They're black. You understand me? I wouldn't go, and I know that we're always so good about color because we are not faint of heart when it comes to color. We want the true color. We want it lively. We want it bright. We want it dark. We want color. But just make sure that when you're painting the exterior of your homes, you don't go too dark. You understand what I'm saying? Has nothing to do with the temperature at all. It really doesn't. It just has to do with, the aesthetics of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, hope that helps. All right, so the thing though, here is the question. Hi, Karen. I've been feeling really unmotivated and low on energy lately. And I know my surroundings can play a big role in my mood. How can I transform my space to create a more uplifting and inspiring environment that helps to boost my spirit and motivation? Yeah. A lot of us are going through that. A lot of us, we go home sometimes, right? And the house is not where it needs to be. And it kind of pull us down in a little mood sometimes, but there are some quick things that we can do. Really quick, really transformative to boost your mood right away. I kid you not. The first thing that you can do, of course, and you know what I'm going to say, color, embrace, find the color that you love. Forget about Karen Booker. Forget about I say, no. When you're using bright colors, when you're using these colors that will jolt your soul and give you a shot to your arm, right? You do not use the entire color. You don't use the color for the entire space, right? You can do splashes of color. All right. So therefore, what we call accent color. But the thing about it now in dopamine design, which is a design, I'm in my dopamine design era, by the way, guys. I am out of this gray, I'm out of this thing, or whatever the case is. Me want color all over the place. But here's how I am using it, and this is how I'm using it in my personal home. I am doing splashes of color, and the color that I am using speak to my spirit, speak to my soul, and I have them splashed everywhere. Now, it's not confusion. It's not something that I'm going to say, okay, just go on and just put some color everywhere. No. It has to be a carefully considered plan. Therefore, it is cohesive. You understand what I'm saying? So if it is now you walk in and there is a feature wall, right? Splash the color there. If it's an open concept and you can see like a half wall going into the kitchen, splash the color there as well. You understand? And of course, if it is now that you have that Anthony Mitchell in your life as a street artist, yeah, those colorful paintings, put them on the wall. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Your lighting matters as well, Your lighting. You know what I said to you? Hey guys, let me just tell you something. You see, when it comes to the warm light sometimes sets too much of a mood. You understand? And it makes you a bit too relaxed. And sometimes when you want to wake up, you want to jump up, you want to be about your business, I would suggest that daylight bulb. Natural light, daylight bulbs really do work on the dopamine levels in your brain. You know what I'm saying? And it can lift your mood. Remember, I told you. All right, cool. And make sure to, those layered lights in your kitchen. You can do that, And in your living room, you can do that, What do you mean by layered lights, miss? I'm gonna tell you. Here it is now. You have the recessed lights or the above light. Those are the general lights. And when you turn that on, everything lights up. Then you can have the mid-level now. And then the mid-level light is what? Like your lamp light. And then now if you want some real accent lights or decorative lights, you can do up lights from the floor to blow out a corner. And you can put that behind like a fiddle leaf fig tree. Yeah, or you can put some lights on in your sconces. Now I said sconce, not scones. Okay, and those will definitely set a serious mood for you. All right, now how about your mood lifting decor? Annie just mentioned a while ago accent pillows. Yeah, man, accent pillow can lift decor. Let me just tell you something too. If you have enough of them, I would not suggest that you have accent pillows on the entire sofa because where are you going to sit? But you can definitely put in some lively colors. Here is the thing. The more lively you make your surroundings, the better you will feel. Yes, I am not saying for you to go overboard, but you need that infusion of color and light and pattern. You know what I mean? Yeah. You get that, right? Okay, fine. The next thing that I want you to do is bring nature inside. Bring in some plants. This Jamaica, you know. Yeah, if you drive to St. Mary, you say, whole heap of plants. I'm not saying for you to go take your lass and go cut down people things or whatever the case is. Ask permission, then we give you. But whole heap of plants just grow wild. Whole heap of them grow wild. Bring them inside and plant them. I'm telling you, if you're afraid of croaking lizard, I am very sorry. Get some lifetime ones. You understand? But for now, put some plants in your space. Biophilic design is still trending. It is still hot, right? Andrea Henry says painting a space can also change one's mood. Exactly. That is where I'm telling you. You just go with these splashes of color all over the place. Iron Lady says, can color improve relationships? Men like bright colors. Women like bright colors. Men like dark colors. How to strike a balance? Okay, here it is. No. It depends. You know, everybody, you need to have a space in your space, a space in your space that is uniquely yours. If you have a blended family, if you live with a husband, you know, a boyfriend or whatever, you should be married, by the way. Make sure that the two of you can blend well. Okay, so you say how you blend the dark and the light. All right. How about the color of your sofa? That can be a dark chocolate brown. And then you can put the accent pillows on that now to bring out the chocolate brown. A lively red or a beautiful aqua or a tranquil turquoise. You understand where I'm going? And then now you mix the colors like that, right? Let me tell you something that is an instant downer to anybody's mood in your house. Clutter. It is the antidote to joy and peace, relaxation and happiness. Let me just tell you something. We have too much stuff. We have more than what we need. You understand me? We do. We have too much things. And then the thing is now, once you buy the stuff, you're not taking out the things that you already have, that you're not using. Right? So it is just more and more and more and more and more clutter. And it's when you are decluttering, you are also decluttering your mind. So remember, we've done it in the past. We've said to you right now, and we're still at the beginning of the year. So you still have time, right? You get 3 containers. You get a large box. You get a medium box. And then you're going to get a small box. The small box is for the things that you're going to keep. The medium box is for the things that you are going to give away. So their greater good is elsewhere. And the large box, yes, is for what? Things that you're going to toss. Yes. Shaquani is here. Hey, Shaq. How you doing? Hey, Paul. I just see you. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, may I beg you now, please declutter. It is the antithesis. It is like the antidote. There's nothing that you can do. And all of these are in the kitchen. All of these containers that you have that do not have lids on them, they need to go. All of these baby shower and bridal shower trinkets, they need to go. All of the little figurine them. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you a figurine now. Since you don't know what I'm talking about, little figurine them, they need to go. You understand what I'm saying? Here is another thing that I would love for you to do, and I have this in my house as well. Inspiration corner, inspiration wall, a creative nook. I have in my home office space, right? My back wall is filled with beautiful, empowering women and affirmations. So I know when I walk into that space, it instantly, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how, because sometimes the Philistines out there really, them come hard, right? How I'm feeling or whatever the mood I am, it's an instant lift to me. So here's how you can do that first, right? You can paint the wall whatever color, one wall though, you can't do it in the whole one wall. You're going to paint that one wall, and it could be a little space too, a little 4-foot space, whatever it is, a color that speaks to your spirit and a color that speaks to your soul. You understand me? It has to bring joy. All right, cool. Then now you go and you get the requisite affirmations and declarations that speak to you again, and then you top it off now with some artwork that you absolutely love. You understand what I'm saying? And the last thing that I have for you now is a creative nook. You're going to carve out a cozy space for your journaling, your reading, and your brainstorming of new ideas. Let me just tell you something. Every millionaire started with an idea. You guys have ideas in your brain that are waiting to come out, but then can't come out because your house is too cluttered. Your space is too full of stuff that does not, and people that do not serve your peace, your soul, and your spirit. Once you start to get out of that, I am telling you, you see that motivation that you're looking for, viewer, caller, you see that energy level that you want to get back, it will start to come back, because your surroundings, that is the first place and the last place. You have to go home. Your house is a respite. Your house is somewhere of peace. I hope that helps. Yeah, we'll soon come back.
What Would Karen Do was brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
Decorate like a designer with BH Paints. The time brought to you by BH Paints is
1:55 p.m.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
And everybody let me hear ya. Me have to ask, why eat other snacks when sunshine has the best for you? Nature's best buns are crunchy. The flavor that sings to you, salted banana and plantain. Taste the freshness, naturally sweet. The flavor that sings to you.
Ayo, nature's best bunch.
Make me sweat.
They hear plenty scores, yeah. So they no believe us, yeah. When I got the bless us, their mouth is sharp like scissors. Say they try their best to they pressure me, but I live my life as a nobody. I live my life cause peace of mind is underrated, oh. That's why I'm patient, oh. Cause I know my time is now.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
I want to show you something. You remember I said I was going to show you something, right? I'm going to show you something now. You ready? I'm going to show you something. This is what we call figurine. This is a sin. I don't want to see these things in your house anymore. You understand? And then no, you don't have one. If it was just one, I would forgive you. I would forgive you for the one. But you don't have one, you know. You have about 10 because them have to match. So you have this little one here. And for people, oh my gosh, my listeners, I'm showing the guys figurines. You know, figurines from way back when. Yeah, man, the Caucasian figurines. And then no, they came out when they had like the African American or the black figurines. And them didn't stay, man. You know what I mean? So there is a set of figurines from Yadro. LLADRO. Those are extremely expensive. I understand. So if you have those, you're forgiven. But you see, all of these other ones, the little figurine them on the break front and the whatnot, no, it cannot work. It cannot work. It just can't work. And that now is just going to, roll right back into what we're going to be talking about right now, in interior design, brought to you by none other than BH Paints. Decluttering. Yes. Yes. We're going to say it again and again and again and again. Decluttering. So that's what we're going to do. And decluttering is just about cleaning, it's about creating mental clarity. It reduces stress. And it really is about designing a space that supports your well-being. Yeah, it certainly is. I can't talk to you. I can't say it anymore. Let me just tell you something. My goodness gracious. When it comes to decluttering, when it comes to, and we touched on it a while ago, with this caller who was like, listen, my space don't motivate me no more, whatever the case is. I haven't seen the space, but I am willing to bet that far too much things inside there, including them little figurines here. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. And let me just tell you something again. Everybody listening to us on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, 90.9, welcome to you. And, thank you so very, very much for sharing space. If you're new here, my name is Karen Booker. I am known as the Design Diva, and you're listening to the Design Studio. For all my family now, over there in YouTube, having let me just tell you something, man. My YouTubers, thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you very much for engaging, because I remember when we just started, and about 2 people in over there. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But now, let me tell you something. Never, ever, ever despise the day of small beginnings. I am thankful, I am grateful, and I look forward to talking to you guys every Saturday. But let's get back on the thing now. All right. There's a connection between physical clutter and mental clutter. Did you know that? That's what I've been telling you every week. Your bedroom can't be cluttered with them only for something. And then you expect to have a good night's sleep. Do you know that if you don't have a man and you want a man, and if you are sleeping in your bed and half of your bed is filled with clutter, you are actually blocking the person from coming into your home? I'm just saying. That's a side note, but things to think about. Yeah. All right. So your environments your environment and your environments, yes, affect your emotions. A cluttered space can cause stress, anxiety, and even decision fatigue. You know what decision fatigue is? You're duplicitous of your mind. You can't make a decision. You're just double-minded. You can't think. You're just, you're not on energy. You're not on a vibe. You understand what I'm saying? Your environment affects those emotions. Yes, and studies show, because we don't just talk opinion here. We're talking about science. We're talking about data and evidence. You know what I'm saying? That support the things that Karen Booker comes to you every Saturday between 1 to 3 on the Design Studio and talk to you about. So studies show that a tidy home promotes better focus, lower stress levels, and improved sleep. Yeah. Clutter now. You know what clutter is? Unfinished business. Every pile of papers or a messy room can remind you and remind your brain of the tasks that are left undone. Think about it. Because that is just common sense. Let me tell you, everybody on YouTube, like up the thing right now for that, because I tell you that deserve a like. That deserve a like. Like up the thing, man. Give me some hearts. Give me something. Yeah. When you see a desk full of papers and messy, and when you go into your room and all of these things are just messy and so on, you know what happens? It does remind your brain that, hey, listen, I need to clean up that. So it's unfinished business, right? So let's just get into how you declutter your space now for a clearer mind. You're going to start small. Anytime you have a bad habit and you need to clear that bad habit and you need to replace it with good habits, right? But in order to get to that point, here's what you're going to do. You're going to start small. You're going to start. Don't think that, okay, one day I'm just going to come in with my cape and I'm just going to clean out this whole entire living room with your 150 figurines and your newspapers, them that there from last year, and your calendars from 1944 and all these things and your old clothes. Yeah, no. What you're going to have to do is say, okay, you're going to chop it up into zones. I'm going to tackle this corner first. Yes, you put on some music. You make the place smell good. You drink some wine to mellow you out. You understand what I'm saying? Start small, and you set a timer, right? You and set it small. Set it like, let me tell you, it's just like people who starting to work out and I think they can work out for 2 hours straight. No, you can't. No, you can't. 20 minutes is your thing because yeah, it took a while for it to get there. It's gonna take a while for it to come back, right? So you set your timer half hour. When your half hour, your timer goes off and that alarm goes off, right? And you see how much you've gotten done within that half hour, it will motivate you to do more. Okay? So the 1 year rule now, if you haven't used it in a year, it's time to let it go. And you know this about shoes. You know what happened in COVID. You know what happened in COVID. You know how many people went now and go wear the shoes after COVID and the shoes left them a road? Yes. That's what happens, especially in Jamaica, because I do know that we have people listening to us all over the diaspora. Especially in Jamaica. If you don't wear your shoes over a year, them dry rot, that is the end of that, and it will leave your road. Use the 1 in and 2 out rule. For every new item you bring in the house, 2 must go out. Did I stutter? Yes. For every one thing that you bring in, 2 things must be on its way out. So we're going to talk about now the mental decluttering and how to clear your mind. Because I'm telling you, all of these things, you see, if you're not clear out in the space, you see, if you have these things in the house day in, day out, it weighs on your mind like lead. All right. Your thoughts and your emotions, do you know that it needs decluttering and it's just like your physical space? Yeah. So you're going to reduce your mental overload by journaling and setting boundaries and simplifying your to-do list. Yes, some of us, we are overachievers and so on. We have these fantastic to-do lists, and the things that we have to do, and that's fine. But for the average person now, who you can only get through a few at a time, then you do what you do the necessities, you do what you have to do. Now you see the journaling is really, really good. It sets your thoughts in order, and that is because it's a whole theme this week. And remember, I told you in the morning, part of that feel good thing is to journal, is to set your day after you make your bed. Yeah man. After you do not hit that snooze button, you actually get up, you make your bed, right? You drink some water, you go in a corner, you start your journaling, you start your devotions, you start, and then now you simplify your to-do list. You limit your distractions. Too many choices, too many notifications, too many unfinished tasks lead to burnout. And you know what leads to burnout too? Doom scrolling. Some of us sit down there and we are scrolling on the social media from morning till evening, and it not only burns up your time, it puts a lot of thoughts in your brain and you get overstimulated. When you are overstimulated, nothing gets done. And let me tell you something about the procrastination, which is the thief of time. Yeah, and I'm telling you, if there's something that you have to do you know that procrastination takes longer than execution? So all of that, okay, fine, for all of my people out there who are content creators and influencers, you have to be on social media. You need to see what's trending. You need to see what's live and in charging. You need to see all of that. But set a timer. Be on there like, okay, so I'm going to do 1 hour in the day. So it's 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? And then you will get it done. Please adopt the brain dump method. Write everything down to free up the mental space. Let me just tell you something. For all of us who think that you will be young forever, there's going to come a time, you say, well, I remember nothing. So either you write it down in your phone or you write it down in a journal. I have about 6 journals with 6 different things, and I'm always writing down something, but that's me. I'm tactile. If I don't write it down, I don't feel say it in here. But that writing concretizes thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? So when you write in your journals and you write things down, especially things that you think you're going to forget, it really, really helps to clear up your day and to have all of that unnecessary thoughts. And the next thing too is set boundaries. If you do not set boundaries with people and with yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're really just going to run amok, All right. So Iron Lady says, but Diva, when I go to the store and see the deals, she just buy them. So I and lady seem like she have whole money. So she says now she just buys them and she never uses them. She says her bathroom is full of lotions, perfumes, and all kinds of stuff. Miss Lady, stop. Cease and desist. Stop. No. Stop. No. That money that you are wasting, because I'm telling you, you know what you're doing? You don't even know what you have. You don't even know what you have, Iron Lady. You don't know, because you keep buying repeats and stuff. You know what I mean? So what you're going to do, all of that discretionary money that you have, you're just going to go invest it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in some stocks and some bonds and some, because apparently, And let me just tell you something. The stores out there, you see, all like Temu that everybody is so addicted to these days, they know exactly how to get your money. So don't fall victim to that. Make sure that you have your pension plan. Make sure that you have your social security. Make sure that all of this discretionary and disposable income that you have now, being the excellent consumer that you are, you're putting it into yourself. Yeah. All right. So Annie says spending time on social media from Monday to night cannot be a good thing, but there are people who do it. You know. Marvelous Marvin says, I used to share space with a couple who doesn't clean, wash on a regular basis. I had to move out. Yes. Some people and some things you have to leave in the year. Like 2024, you leave certain things and certain things over there. So you understand what I'm saying? Because cleaning, you know what I'm saying? Cleanliness is godliness, right? Exactly. And if your space is full of clutter, that can't be clean. And no. And then you're not even going to know what you have. And let me just address the perfume bottles before I come back, right? You see all of these perfume bottles that we have that finish, could you please put them in the garbage now? Right? Not like right now, because you're still listening to me and stuff. But you see, the minute I get off, just go to the space where you have all of those empty bottles, empty stuff in your space. You know what that does? You know exactly what that does, right? It is taking up the space for more things to come in. So when you have these things that have no use to you, doesn't serve your spirit, doesn't serve your soul, doesn't serve your peace, and you have them in your space, and this goes for things and people as well, and they're just blocking you. You know what that does? It blocks your energy. Yeah? All right. I'll soon come back. Hope that helps. Soon come.
Time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints. With over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes, their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Come to Marshall's Pharmacy today for your free medication management consultation. Let us guide you in taking care of what matters most, the health of you and your family. Shop now for gifts, personal care, household and stationery items, plus print services powered by Print Corner. Follow us on Instagram at Marshall's Pharmacy. Call or WhatsApp us at 876-491-7841. We are open late every day to serve you.
It hurts if you don't check birds. The excellent customer service. Our staff is knowledgeable and trustworthy. And we have a wide variety to supply society. And the price is right, yes, it's worth it. The solution to your auto parts needs the one-stop shop. And we deliver to, so if you can't come in, just link with on WhatsApp. Or call and make your order. And remember, there's no other. So it hurts if you don't check birds. So there's no need to search. It hurts if you don't check birds.
For over 30 years, Prince and Charles has been financing your goals, dreams, creating your great moments. Celebrate the occasion with us. Borrow $1 million, pay less than $25,000 monthly, and get 30% off your processing fees. No guarantor needed. Call 876-920-4189 or WhatsApp 876-838-9028. Conditions apply. When you think loan, think Chris and Charles.
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Paul Pierce says, that's where the empty perfume bottle them. Iron Lady. It's not just Iron Lady have them. It's a whole heap of women have these empty perfume bottles because they're cute and because they're nice. Throw them away. See, she says, no, we love the nice empty perfume bottles. Sometimes we just take them up and look on them. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I can't believe this now. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than me. So, my design disciples, we are now in Design Lab. So you saw in the home tour, right, where we did some DIYs that worked out well. This is how now we're going to show you exactly how we did it. Yes, stay tuned. So if you're listening on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, here's what I want you to do. I want you to listen in on the video, but when you get to a space where you are safe or when you get home, make sure that you go on to the Nationwide 90 FM live too, right? And then you subscribe. You have to subscribe and you have to kind of make me know, give us some feedback. And then you have to like up the show. Come on, guys, like up the show, man. Sure. Okay. Here we go. Gonna be doing some easy, transformative, aesthetically pleasing, and functional DIYs right now.
Welcome to another episode of the Design Lab. So you know, we are brand new this season and we are in our Design Lab. And of course, you know, we have a new test space. So last week, remember in the home tour, we set up a beautiful and unique and creative and innovative centerpiece, right? It was a center table set up of a storage ottoman and a mirror. We got a lot of feedback like, how did you do that? How? So I'm going to show it to you now. What you're seeing here is the storage ottoman. This is how it comes from the package, right? So you open it out just like this. You're already 75% of the game, right? And then this now is the bottom or the base, and this is how it keeps its shape. So all you have to do is just put it down like that. You take the top and you put it like this. Now let me tell you something. It is sturdy enough so you can sit on it. I can sit on this. Trust and believe. Yeah, I can. And then the next thing you do is to just put the mirror on top, and that's it. I promise you, I kid you not. So right now, I'm just going to put, this is your mirror. I'm going to put the mirror on top. There you go. That's your mirror. That's your center table. That's it. So all you have to do, go and get yourself an inexpensive storage ottoman. Yes, and a mirror. Just make sure that the mirror can cover the four corners and have a little overhang. And then you just merchandise it with candles, anything at all. Little vases, you know, this is a Design Lab, so of course, you know, we have lots and lots of stuff hanging around the place. You know what I mean? Here we go. I think I have, here we go. A little box. How great is that? You're gonna thank me later. You are. Try it out now. Do it! Everybody remembers this table. They've been in our home since 1902. Trust and believe me. So sometimes, you know, you have a little entrance area that you just need to zhuzh up a little bit. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do for you. I am going to show you a very quick way. Now, let me tell you something. Quick is not necessarily the steps that you should follow, but if you have people coming over and you just need a little space to say, okay, let me just jazz up this space, this is a trick that you can do Yes, you can. So what you need a brush, like an artist paintbrush, because what you're going to do is just get into the little nicks and things that are in the table, all right? And then you're going to need some oil paint. So this is already mixed. It's oil paint, it's industrial, quick dry paint, and I've already put the industrial thinner in there just to give it a lighter consistency so it will dry quickly. Remember now, this is what you call very, 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 very quick. You're just going to find some paint hanging around in your home. You're going to find a brush. If you don't have a brush, you go borrow one. Just make sure it's a very small brush, right? You can also do this with spray paint, but we had paint hanging around, so that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to get into the little grooves and so on. Now, let me just explain this. If you are going to refinish this, because I know you have the men, because the men did step up in the chat last week, how to do it properly, then what you have to do is to get a paint stripper, strip everything down, sand it, and then paint it again. That's the proper way. But ladies, sometimes we just want a quick fix. We don't want to overthink things. People come in, we just want to get the thing done. Black is black. And let me tell you something, black is very forgiving. Let me tell you. Yes, so here it is. Black is very, very forgiving. Once something is black, you just do black, Also remember to protect your surfaces. So if it's newspaper, any kind of prep paper you can use, protect your surfaces with that. And I'm telling you, first of all, if you're going to have somebody come into your space and say, oh, you have a nick there, run them out of your house. They don't belong in your house at all, at all, at all. All this we're doing now is just to refresh it, revitalize it, renew it. Yes, yes, yes. So therefore, when you see it in the space, you're going to say, wow, wow. We've done our entrance piece, but what's an entrance without some kind of artwork or floral arrangement or something to say, hey, you're home, right? I know, ladies, and today it's all about the ladies. Men, I know, I'm going to get to you next week. Sometimes we have to go into the walls and, or drills, even though we showed you how to do the drill last week. I know many of us don't have drills in our homes, right? But what we do have, hammer. And what I can ask you to get are these, what you'd call a hard wall fastener, right? Or these command hooks, just like this, right? These are renter-friendly hacks to hang artwork. Here's the difference now. The hard wall fasteners come with these three little prongs here, right? All you have to do is to take your trusty little hammer, hopefully it's pink, right? And you just hammer it into the wall. It takes a minute or less. Or you're going to use the command hooks, and the command hooks are completely tool-free. All you need is your hands. It uses adhesive. Now, thing with the command hooks now, once you put it on the wall, let it stay there for about an hour and just cure. All right, and then you hang your painting. That's it. When you are now taking it off of the wall, there's a little tab on the bottom. You just pull it. That's it. And then you move out and into your next space. That's it. So there's no more excuse. There's no excuse for blank walls. There's only solutions for personality in this space. All right, so now I'm going to go hang the artwork. It's going to take me a minute. This is the entrance to our test space, right? So we thought that this would be a perfect space or place to just test what's going on. So we now have our table in. And remember, our table was pretty decrepit and dilapidated, yes? So all we did, I'm telling you, just a quick fix. Just dot in some black paint just to make the paint very consistent, right? So now what we're going to do is to hang our artwork right here. Okay, so that's it. That's it. So we have our lady, and I love this lady. I think she's me. And she's going to welcome us as we come into the space. We love this. So, of course, can merchandise this area again with all types of goodies. Let me see what I can find. All right, so I did a quick run and I found some stuff, right? What's an entrance without candles? It says romance. It says, homely. It just says greatness, right? And then I found this Chanel box. And you've seen these, right? You open it and it's a storage, okay? It's sense of arrival. So here is this now. You come in, you have keys, you pop in the box. because I know with me and keys, if I don't put them in the place that they need to be, they're lost. So if you are a creature of habit like me, you come in, this place is not only aesthetically pleasing, it is functional. How you like it now?
Goodness, let me just tell you something. Remember about 2 weeks ago, David Nabar in the group had advertised his services. So, David, the DIYs are out there for you to do. But all fun and joke aside, guys, ladies, my design disciples, my fabulous ladies, my trendsetters, there's so much things that you can do in your space without sitting around and waiting on people to help you. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. There's lots and lots of stuff for you to do, you know? And again, you start with the color. You start with looking at things in different eyes. You start with decluttering. You start with bringing in things that really, really speak to your spirit and speak to your soul. And then everything else that does not, you do what? You get rid of them. And then, of course, you're going to use the let them principle. Like, you know, let certain things stay in 2024. All right, guys, listen up. Listen up. You know, this is a time that we've all been waiting for, including myself, right? This is a 360 moment for me because I've been wanting to talk to this fine lady for a very long time. Now, you know the drill. Now is the time to go use the bathroom. Where is Charmaine, by the way? Anybody see Charmaine in the chat? Now is the time to get a drink of water. Now is the time to do whatever it is that you needed to do for the 5 minutes and come back, especially like if you are in the chat. For everybody, if you're listening on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, stay where you are. Do not move. If you are listening at home, turn up the radio because Crystal Tomlinson is up next. She's a powerhouse. She's a big deal. And she's going to be gracing our chair today, talking to us. So we'll soon come back.
Time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Corian solid surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable and repairable, so easy to clean and maintain, and can be thermoformed into any shape. Choose Corian, the #1 solid surface in the world, when you want beauty and the best for your countertop. Visit Home International Limited, located at 104 Constant Spring Road. Telephone 755-1970 or 276-6448.
Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune into the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I'll soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Stay ahead of the curve with our cutting-edge reporting and accurate breaking news coverage.
We're having an earthquake. Oh, God.
Hear it here first on Nationwide 90 FM. Tune in, turn up the volume, and listen. We bring a mix of news, entertainment, and sports to your lives.
Nationwide 90 FM's live and continuous coverage of the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary.
News and discussions week mornings.
Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning.
Entertainment in the afternoons, then news again in the evenings.
Nationwide news at this hour, fired.
Also, tune into the entertainment and sports shows in the nights and on the weekends.
It is Boy Things After Dark right here on Nationwide 90 FM.
Everything is news, from current affairs and entertainment to sports, business, and other categories.
Nationwide 90 FM. This is Beanie Man. Give it to them. Zaga, Zen.
From every whisper to every commotion.
That's rubbish. The KSAMC cannot investigate itself.
Every news story unfolds here first at Nationwide 90 FM, the new revolution in media. Every sound is a story, and every story we share is news.
As a parent, you give your children a good start in life. You nurture, protect, and guide them. Parenting is a process that prepares your child for independence. As your child grows and develops, there are many things you can do to help your child. Stay tuned to The Big Show, Nationwide this morning, for parenting tips. Fridays at 6:53 a.m. Only here will you learn everything you need to know about parenting. Tips to help parents navigate the incredibly challenging and rewarding journey of child rearing. Parenting tips on Nationwide 90 FM, the revolution in media.
Exciting news! The Dezign Studio on Nationwide 90 FM just got a whole lot bigger. Join us this and every Saturday now from 1 to 3 p.m. for an exclusive show that elevates your home, mind, and soul. Discover the latest interior design trends to create your dream sanctuary. Unlock your true potential with personal growth strategies. Nourish your body and spirit with expert wellness tips. Don't miss out on the inspiration you need to live your best life. Tune in to the Dezign Studio this and every Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. and take the first step towards a more fulfilling you.
Make me sweat, make me harder.
You're in the Dezign Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, the time has come. The time has come. The time has come. Let me just tell you something. There are certain people who you just want to talk to. There's certain people who, you know, when you see them from across the street or so, you're like, she's a friend in my head. You know what I'm saying? So this lady right here, and you know, I've been saying, unless you've been living on a rock, you know exactly who she is. Every time she opens her mouth, you just stay there. You can't move because you're totally mesmerized with every single thing that she has to say. Okay, so we are joined today, and I'm telling you, drum roll, applause, everything, by Crystal Tomlinson. She's an author. She's a communications consultant. She's a self-management strategist who has mastered the art of purposeful living. Yes, she is also a thought leader. Annie Smith says she is a strong woman. She is into social entrepreneurship and politics. She has trained and inspired thousands of people across Jamaica and the Caribbean. Crystal is also a former, and I'm sure you guys know this, Miss Jamaica Festival Queen. Yes, yes, yes. And the Caribbean's first female world #1 public speaker. As CEO of the Success Farm Life Academy, she helps individuals and organizations unlock their full potential. Queen Tomlinson, are you there?
I am here. How are you doing, Karen? Good afternoon to you and your listeners, the entire Dezign Studio family. Blessings to you, and it's a pleasure to be on.
We are honored that you have joined us. We have been looking forward to this moment because, you know, in life, there is just some people that you have to talk to. You're one of those people.
I'm honored. I'm honored to hear that.
I just feel that, you know, you have such, and you're young. You understand? So if you have accomplished, so much in your little life so far, can you imagine how much else you're going to do? It is mind-boggling. May I tell you. So I'm glad to have you with us today, and I'm sure you are fine. We're not even going to bother you with no whole heap of small talk. We're just going to jump right into it. You understand? So let me just say, what gets me going is, you know, some people who they wake up in the morning and they can't find the motivation to go out, and they can't find the motivation to do nothing, and some of them are just lazy. You know, and you wear so many hats. You're an author, you're a speaker, you're a businesswoman, you're a coach, you're a mother, as I should have said that first. And I'm sure you're somebody's daughter, and I'm sure you're a sister and a cousin and a friend. You know what I mean? And how do you manage it all without, you know, kind of getting overwhelmed and going crazy?
Well, there are days when I really am overwhelmed, but in terms of ensuring it's less frequent than it becomes a common experience. One of the things that really helps, Karen, is just to decide to align myself with what is going on at the moment. A lot of the frustration that I and others experience in life comes from resisting what is happening to you, being upset that this is happening to me. How dare they? How dare this? Where is God? I don't deserve this. This is annoying. This is frustrating. I'm better than this. I'm too experienced and educated for this. And just resisting that it's happening. Yes, the taxi man is bad driving you. Yes, the person who was supposed to send the payment don't send it yet. Yes, the boss is thinking that you're not doing any work because another employee has shared a negative report. These things are happening to you. It is actually happening to you. Being angry that it's happening doesn't help you with a solution. Deciding that you're too good for it and you don't deserve it and you deserve better doesn't help you to deal with what is in front of you. And it's something I learned from my mom, who just refuse to be bothered by the other thing that you would have preferred that is not happening. She would always say, deal with what is in front of you. Deal with what is in front of you, and we deal with everything else at another time.
Yes.
We are obsessed with dealing with what is in front of us. it's less likely that we feel the anxiety of what might happen tomorrow, the anger and the disappointment about what didn't happen yesterday. And we find so much more fulfillment and joy in the life that we actually have because we're paying attention to it and dealing with it that is in front of us.
So what I'm hearing you saying is to be present. Be present for what it is and deal with it and be very, you see, and I'm still saying that we're still in a new year. It's still the beginning of the year. Be intentional about really and truly your life now and be really super focused. So Crystal, did you know from really young that you had a superpower and a gift?
Not from really young, and what I was aware of when I was a teenager, I wouldn't have called it a gift.
Yeah.
I've shared in other spaces the challenge I had, particularly in my teenage years, with settling down and using my influence to be a positive impact on my community. I was very disruptive, talkative. I would fight a lot, just really aggressive with my personality. And I realized that no matter what I did, I could always build a community, build a following, and have people willing to follow me with whatever it was I was doing.
Leadership.
Using that leadership ability positively throughout high school. And so I was moved to 4 different high schools before I graduated, sixth form, from Merle Grove High School to Convent of Mercy Academy, Alpha, Manchester High School in Mandeville, and then the Carteret College also in Mandeville. And it was in upper 6 that I decided that the investment my mother was making in myself and my brother as a single parent deserved more than what I was showing as homage. And I changed my trajectory just because I was tired of, people calling her in for stupid things that I would do at school, missing days from work just to come and talk to the vice principal about just foolishness. And I just decided I didn't want that anymore. I didn't want my mom to be coming to school to hear how her child was a terrible child.
Yes.
And in upper 6, I decided to use that influence and that skill very differently. But I always had that sociable personality. That's what I would call it when you're younger.
When you're young. Social.
Friendly. She met friend easy. But I didn't know it was a skill or a tool to be used in this way. Before getting into sixth form and university and really recognizing what it means to mobilize people around an idea, to lead people towards their highest vision of themselves, and to really commit to serving the greater good. I didn't understand that until upper 6, heading into university.
Because as you know, each of us, and I'm telling you, each of us has come here on this earth to realize a purpose. We have a job to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether you do it well, you know what I'm saying, or whether you do it not so well. But I applaud you for being the inspiration and the motivation. So for so many people, young women, young men alike, who know exactly, that they have something in mind, there's something in there, but they just don't know how to pull it out and get it going. You know what I'm saying? And when you're here to say, listen, man, my mother invested in me, and I was moved to 4 different schools before me understand myself. So there is, because sometimes we just have to understand ourselves. So this episode here of Design Studio today has been really centered around self-care and keeping up with that. Because I know a lady like you must have boundaries. You have to have boundaries and non-negotiables in order for you to say, okay, this is to live intentional and to not have people cross those. What would those be when it comes to your self-care and your mental wellness?
So self-care for me requires boundaries. So I hope every listener gets that. Like, if you're going to take care of yourself, there has to be some parameters, lines that you don't cross in the sand and lines that you don't allow others to cross. And the ultimate act of self-care for me has always been honoring my word to myself. If I say that I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning and jump ahead on my work tasks, if I say I'm going to dedicate 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. to my workout, if I say I'm going to reduce a particular item from my diet and replace it with this, or make these calls to these family members and check in, honor my friends in a particular way. If I say I'm going to do that to myself, I have a habit of 90% of the time getting it done. And in the 10% that it's not done, is not for lack of trying. Probably just like I said, some unrealistic timelines around, and I need to revisit it. But taking care of myself begins with building up my self-esteem, and I don't build that unless I honor my word to myself. So I have to have a good reputation with me So when I go into a relationship, a friendship, a work dynamic, when I ask something, I know I deserve that thing that I'm asking for. I know that I'm someone who plays team. So if you give, I give. And if I receive, I'm giving to you. And if you need help when you drop a ball, I'm going to pick up the ball. And if I drop a ball, I want to know that you're also going to step in and help to share the load. So I'm very accountable to myself and therefore require that accountability or expect the same measure from the people that I'm in relationship and community with. So what it would look like is if you say you're going to do something, I expect you to be a man or woman of integrity and do it. And if you don't do it, you probably get one or two more chances, but it can become a cycle and a habit. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to limit the interaction. I'm going to draw the line in the sand and say, well, this can't continue the way it is. Let's find another workaround and solution. And that's because I have a high level of accountability for me. Grace and compassion too, because I give that a lot in my relationships.
Yes.
When something bothers me, I say something. When something doesn't work for me, I say something. When I get a slight inclination that I may be breaching somebody else's boundaries, I say something. I say, look here, tell me, is this appropriate for you? Does this feel like too much? Should we change things around? Because I also don't want you to compromise your own standards of self-care and wellness to facilitate me.
Round of applause. That is a nugget. Because let me just tell you something too, we teach people how to treat us,
Yes.
And I'm saying, and sometimes when we relax, because back in the day, because I'm a woman of a certain age, we were taught as ladies, as girls, that you stay in the background, you don't enough of yourself, you don't really talk so much, you don't talk, you understand what I'm saying? Or what that taught us was, don't use your voice, be a wallflower, don't pay, you don't just enough of yourself too much, or whatever the case is. And what happens is our self-esteem, our self-image, our self-value took a hit. And we gave everybody the permission, to go forward, and then we just play in the cut. Not so, not now.
And I had the honor, I think, of being raised in a matriarchal ecosystem. It's not unique for Jamaican boys and girls to really have women leading in the family space. Did have male influences from like my uncle, but mainly my mom, my grandmothers, my aunts were examples for me, and none of them are pushovers. Whether they are,
there you go,
they are just dynamic in responding to life's changes. They are firm on the things that they want for themselves and their children. They don't make excuses. They don't complain. I mean, they don't even quarrel, right? You're not going to see them out in the backyard tracing somebody over the fence. No.
Yes.
Very focused on cultivating the life that they want for themselves and not making it anybody else's duty and responsibility to get them and themselves together. And so they talk up. They can't talk back because they're making them money. Them can't tell you come out, don't come back, because of them turn the lock in their own door. So I learned my first examples of power and leadership and influence was from women. So when I meet men who don't expect me to talk up,
that's a problem.
Yeah, like I say, who raise you? You never influence for this normal feminist, this abnormal. Your teacher, the man never female, principal, what's going on?
What's going on? Yeah. But you see, Crystal, we live into, and let's just be real for a second. We live in Jamaica where, women are not that much respected. Men in Jamaica do not. And I work in an industry of construction where a workman can think he can look at me and call me baby and darling and honey and whatever the case is. Now, everybody knows my reputation. Now, once you say that, no, you're pretty much out the door. But the thing is, we live in a society now, a male-dominated society, where no matter what your role is in society, you still think as a man that you have an edge up on the woman. Now, whereas I realize that, hey, listen, if you are the provider in your home and, the husband and the leader and so on, I give you that. But, some people have the general consensus that, hey, listen, if you can't provide for me, you can't lead me. So what do you say now to these women who are living a shadow of themselves, knowing that they are more educated, they're over-earning, and they're doing all that they need to be to pull things together, but they still have anchored themselves to individuals that can't even spell their name.
You need yourself more. No matter what you think you're going to lose, no matter who you think you really need to survive and to be happy, you need yourself more. And the more of that self that you trade, the more of yourself that you allow to be degraded and denigrated, is the less of that being and that self that could exist in a relationship and enjoy it. Because where are you? You know, you do all the things that you need to do, compromise all the values that you had for yourself, sacrifice, empty the cup, and then you finally get the man or the marriage or the relationship that you want. But who is there to enjoy it? Who is there to enjoy it? A shell and a shadow of yourself. So you need yourself more. And ultimately, you can't be happy in any dynamic that asks you to pretend not to be in need of more, to pretend not to have a voice, to pretend that you don't have a contribution to make, to pretend that this thing don't make you uncomfortable. You can't really be happy. You can play the role of happy, but everybody's soul speaks to them in those quiet moments.
Absolutely.
Touches them. It's that sensation of irritation when you see another woman passing by with a genuine smile on her face and a pep in her step and a kind word for everybody. The thought in your head that says, she can pretend because she's one actually better than everybody just because she's happy, just because she's kind. That's usually an indication that she has something that you want but have not given yourself permission to get.
Yes.
So women like that too will struggle with having healthy female friendships. So there's a lot of comfort in toxic, gossip-centered circles because you get to discuss and criticize and tear down the thing that you want and can't imagine that someone else would have. But women who are busy on the path of pursuing the dreams, getting what they really want out of life, it's hard to find them on Pink Wall and Dare Dream.
Them don't have time.
In a Twitter. You can't find them doing that because there's
too much to do.
They're getting what they want out of life. So they can pay attention to theirs and just wish you well on yours.
So, Crystal, now, give us a roadmap because everybody's listening, right? And we're so honored to have you here because we see you on social media. We see the nuggets you know that you're dropping and so on, and you're here live and we want to talk to you. We want it from you. On on finances, how do you get out of debt?
All right, so for me, I had two things that I needed to do. One was read some holy books, right? Because personal finance is not something that I was au fait with growing up. I had to learn that the hard way, manage business. So inside of COVID, I was faced with what felt like an insurmountable level of debt, which was $50,000 with no jobs, no job, no saving, no earning, nothing at all.
Wow.
And it staring me in the face in an economy that, contracting.
Yes.
I got to reading and I wanted to find out what were the systems. So there are a few books I read. The Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, Everyone or Everybody Deserves to be a Millionaire. It's a book by Rachel Rogers. And Get Good with Money by Tiffany Aliche.
By Tiffany, yeah.
I read those books and I made the notes and I extracted what was useful for me and the Jamaican context because a lot of these books are US
based.
And I just hit what Rachel Cruz described as the snowball method. So her and her father have a system that they use around debt. So I chose the snowball method, which was to pick my biggest, list all my debts in order from the smallest to the largest and just pay them one at a time. So from the smallest bill of a 5,000, I paid that 5,000, I tick it off. And then whatever portion I was using to pay the 5,000, I put that portion into paying the second highest debt. And then when that paid off, I channeled back those monies into paying off the third until I got to a point where I cleared all of it. And I was able to fix up my credit report, go to the bank and get my pre-qualification letter, all of those things. But it took time and the snowball method worked for me. Just picking the smallest one and knocking it off, checking off the list and just making progress until you're able to pay off the largest. With the exception of mortgage, of course, because that's going to take a few years. But every other debt can be paid off in that.
Right. And I'm sure you had to write some letters to your creditors too to say, listen, you know what this is. You want them to please to freeze the interest rate. I'm coming.
I talk to all of them. As I say, I'm big on keeping my word. So you see, if in one instance it was a credit card right? Me sign, I'm say yes, me go pay for the credit card and things happen and things happen and things happen. When they started to call me, I answered every call. I responded to every email. I told
yes.
where I'm at, what I'm able to do. I see that this is the minimum. Can you meet me here? Can you put a freeze on the interest rate? Can you reduce the way if I make a lump sum? Man, negotiate, because I know ultimately you want your money, right?
You do.
Your money. So you're not going to stop talking to me as long as me I find a way to give you your money.
Find a way, exactly. So, and what I know to be true, because people hide behind the debt and they get fearful and they don't want to answer the phone and they don't want to reach out and they don't want to ask for help. It's a very, very, very horrible state to be in. But let me just tell you something. One, you're not alone. And two, there is a way out, but you just have to face it first. And then, as you say, what Crystal did was empower herself and found a strategy that worked for her. All right. Okay. So the next thing now that I want to ask you about now, motivation fades, over time. How do you stay motivated even when, because, everybody says, oh, consistency is a thing or whatever, because but sometimes you don't feel like you get up this morning and you look and you say, sure. You know what I'm saying? How do you turn that chore into, I'm going to keep going?
You know what? It's something that was put to me in a very succinct way by Tammy Chin Mitchell. And she said, just learn to make one good decision at a time. On the toughest day and on the best day, the only thing I'm focused on, even if it don't feel like a motivated action, just make one good decision at a time. So I wake up late, for example, and I feel like I'm behind on the day. What I'm not going to do is shout at my daughter as though she was the one responsible for making me wake up late and therefore be behind.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So one good decision in that moment is to take a deep breath when I feel myself getting anxious and irritated trying to move her quickly from breakfast through the door. That's just one good decision. Another good decision could just be making notes in terms of a meeting that I probably am preparing for, giving myself 30 minutes before the meeting to make some notes on the deliverables and set up an agenda. That's one good decision to help me have a good meeting. I don't feel motivated about the meeting. I probably want to go back to sleep because I had a rough night. Decision to handle this thing in front of me right now. And sometimes the best decision, when I feel like I'm having a tough day, for me is to go to sleep, Karen. Another thing I heard from my mother.
And regroup.
Sleep covers a multitude of ills, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You go to sleep. After you've had a tough conversation, go to bed, struggling to make a good decision, come up with a strategy, going to sleep. And when I wake up, I feel refreshed. Just disengaging the brain sometimes.
Yes, it works. It certainly works.
Don't discount the sleep. Like, go to your bed. Sometimes your brain just need a break. Just go sleep.
Yes. And, because sometimes we're just on the treadmill so long, we need to give our permissions to just step back sometimes and just breathe. It is a beautiful life. I just breathe.
In the context of learning to make one good decision at a time. I may have 10 decisions to make today. I'm not so sure how I'm going to handle decision number 4. But right now at decision number 1, I'm going to make the best decision I can right here.
That you can make.
One at a time.
Would you believe that we're almost out of time? Would you believe? I'm telling you, you have to come back, Crystal. I know you're hard to get, and I know, but this is just, no matter how much something. Let me tell you, little secret, guys. Sometimes I rush the other segments to get it done, and that's what I was doing today. So, what are you working on now? Where can we see you? What's going on?
Right now, I am laser focused. In fact, it's one of my words for the year. Focusing on deepening my footprint around enabling women, teams, and teens to speak with courage. I recognize the difficulty people have in articulating themselves, being assertive about what they want, setting boundaries as well, negotiating, and just being comfortable being seen, just being on a stage and having all eyes look on you, the influence you could have, the executive presence you could build, the leadership that you could provide in your workplace, compromised because you're so afraid of public speaking. Through my Speakers Academy on the Success Farm, we're starting a series of corporate workshops. In fact, to commemorate International Women's Day next week, Tuesday, we have a workshop targeting corporate women who need help asserting and communicating on their behalf. And then, of course, I have my online public speaking course, Speak with Courage. I do one-on-one coaching with women who struggle with public speaking as well. And I also still offer one-on-one self-management coaching through the Thrive Life Planner, which is a planner I designed 4 years ago to help set up a system and a structure for my life that I can replicate year on year. Even if I'm changing results, the general system that I work the habits through remains the same, so I can thrive in each key area of my life.
Oh, but fantastic.
It's the primary focus.
It's the primary focus. And next Tuesday, right, will be, repeat again for our people, please.
So next week, Tuesday, the event is called She Speaks, and it's happening on the UEMONA campus, 9 a.m. to midday. I first would like some information to register. You can send us an email at flourish@thesuccessfarm.com, and we'll share the registration details. It's $150 US per woman, because it's a woman-only event in commemoration of International Women's Day. So the email again is flourish@thesuccessfarm.com, and I encourage any corporate team to think of one woman on your team who could be served by this public speaking workshop to become a better advocate and leader for herself in and out of the workplace.
Fantastic. Crystal, the amount of nuggets that you have dropped, we are humbled, we are motivated, we are inspired, but I can't let you go because, my darling, Andrea Henry just asked a question. I want to honor her by at least getting one question. She says, how do you disengage your brain when you are overwhelmed? You know, how do you get to, I know you said, sometimes you just go to sleep, but there's sometimes some of us just not sleep well. How do you just disengage and say you turn off that part of it?
Let's say I'm in a high stress situation, or I feel like things are stressing me out, to ask myself, what is in front of me to do right now, and what can I do to get it done? And I may have to ask that several times, because the brain is saying, but what if I do this and then that happened? And I can't believe that, and hear them over this and then so the brain really wants to discuss every other thing except what's in front of me right now. What can I do to get this done?
Exactly.
What's in front of me right now? And sometimes just an email that's in front of me right now. What can I do to get it done? Send the email,
Send the emails.
I'm in the bank. That's what's in front of me right now. What can I do to get it done? Focus on the teller. Focus on the transaction. Focus on the thing that you're going to, like,
be intentional.
To what is
exactly.
in front of you.
And what's in front of you. Crystal, darling, thank you. All right, my darling, thank you, sir. Please promise us in front of all of these people that you're going to come back.
I will.
All
So I look forward to hearing from Sir Damien and yourself.
Yes, and then we just take it up from there. Okay, guys, so guess what happened now, guys? We have reached to the end of the Design Studio. We have so many people to thank. We have Jareen Campbell and, of course, Damian Rose. We have Nigel Austin. We have Kevin. We have David. We have Kimali Rowe. So let me just tell you something now. That wraps up another inspiring episode of our Decor and Lifestyle radio show. Let everybody on YouTube, you guys have been a treat. I can't tell you how much I enjoy seeing you. All the new people, welcome, and do not be a stranger. Make sure to come back next week. Everybody who has been listening to us on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7, and 90.9, we are here for you, and I thank you so much. Our day oneers, our ride or dies. Yes. So join us again next week, same time, same place, as we continue to bring all of these exciting discussions and expert tips and fresh inspiration. Until then, live your life and live it well. See you next week.
Corian solid surface, so versatile and beautiful. It's non-porous, no sealing necessary, renewable